Alright, Ace here. Next day. And so we're gonna go ahead and do as much work as we can on the car today because it's gonna rain the whole weekend. So, but yeah, so we got the intake all done. It's all nice and clean now. Everything is all dry. So we're gonna go put it back together, and then we'll probably put it in the car. I'm thinking I want to clean the intake pipe first because it looked kind of nasty. So since it's already kind of loose, I want to go ahead and take that out and clean it too before we put this guy back together. Okay, so while I'm in there, I'm gonna go take this intake pipe off and clean it up a little bit. So I gotta take some of this because it's kind of filthy right now. Also, what I can do is I can put my little catch can back in. I forgot to put it back in after smog, and don't have to put that back on for 2 more years. So what I might do is change the hoses because the hoses are like in bad shape. It kept on leaking. This actually has not been leaking. Okay, let's take this out. Okay, so I've kind of found the leak. I think it's my crank angle sensor. I think. You know what? I don't know if it's that leak. I think it's been leaking from here for a long time, and it's been getting on the crank angle sensor. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean up the crank angle sensor because I see a little drippy drop right here. It could be. No, I don't think so. Because it would leak behind the block. I don't think that's that. So I was thinking of taking it off and replacing the O-ring, but I don't think that's leaking. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm not gonna mess around with it. I'm just gonna clean it up, and I think it's because of this hose. This hose was leaking before, so like while I'm in here, I might as well do some little engine bay maintenance. You know. Thus far, there hasn't been really much leaks in anything except for like over there. So I think it's because this hose was like leaking before. So we'll get a new hose for it. I got a bunch of front hoses for my buddy. So yeah, I'll also go use them. Okay, so take this hose out right here on the bottom. Because I was gonna take the hose out and I noticed, oh, why is it all leaking and stuff here? What's all this oil all over the place? You know, it's not like anything leaking out of this car, you know. I'll just get a rag. And I gotta go take the actual pipe itself off. I'll take the silicone coupler out too and clean that. I think there's one more. There's a blow-off valve, yeah. Okay, that's like, yeah, what happened to the blow-off valve? It's down here. Okay, so there's another one down here. I have not taken this off since I rebuilt the engine. Rebuilt the head. Stubby. Okay. I'm gonna take this. Ooh, okay, I cannot get that blow-off valve hose off, man. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna clean it while it's in place. Basically, I'm just gonna spray it with some water and thing it. So there's a connector here. It doesn't go anywhere, so I'm gonna hide it somewhere here. Engine bay cleanup this one. Okay, I'm just gonna spray it with water and then wipe it. I have to say, this car has been doing pretty good to me lately. Hasn't had any problems. Is what I'm gonna say. Because this car gave me lots of problems when I first got it. Lots of problems. It was just one thing after another problem. You know? And now I gotten it pretty squared away. Probably do this intake arm also right over here. We should probably clean around the injector area also because that's where we're going to be working. This kind of bothers me when I look at it and it's like hella dirty, you know.
Okay, well, I'll let you know what it looks like. Okay, there it is. I cleaned it up a little bit. I just pretty much just dusted it, but it looks a lot better than it did before. You can see a lot of streaks. I just use water, you know. But the valve cover looks red again. The paint looks black again. Strut bar looks clean again. And the intake. Okay, so I did wind up finding my little catch can, but I'm definitely going to replace the whole thing. I took it out for smog. I got to put it back. So this is a Fram G3, and I don't have another one. And this one looks pretty filthy. There's not a whole lot of oil in there, but there's oil. You know, it looks like the filter's all saturated with oil. And this hose is like, it leaks a lot. It's a crappy hose, so I'm gonna go replace the hose and the filter. So I'm gonna go over to AutoZone right now and go buy a new filter. I have plenty of hose, so all right. So I'll be back. It's not too far. All right, here's me out. Okay, I got back from AutoZone and didn't have one. They apparently they only have Duralast, so if I can pass by like a Walmart or some other autos parts store, I'll grab one. So the car ain't gonna run anytime soon. So this is a sad thing. So we're gonna go ahead and put all this stuff back together again. So the first thing to do is let's oil the filter. I'll do this in my garage where I get oil overspray. So here, this is the K&N air filter oil, and we're going to go spray the filter a little bit. So, you can see it's kind of got like a red kind of dye to it. It makes a big mess, and I always wear gloves when I do this too. You don't want to over oil it. Okay, that should be good. Just a light coat of oil, not a lot. I heard it like kind of plugs up the filter if you put too much oil. And then I'm just going to get a napkin and wipe off the excess. Okay, get Mr. Napkin here. We'll make the outside look nice and clean. Okay, so there it is. That's our oiled K&N filter. I'm going to go put it on the MAF assembly. Okay, I got the MAF assembly right here. Let's just line the K&N logo up with the top of the MAF. It's a little bit hard to get in there. Sorry about that. There it is. Looks like it's in most of the way. All right, and then we'll go and tighten the clamp up here. I hope I put enough oil in there. I think it should be fine. I know the key is to not put too much, but it's got to have oil on there, so. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, it's got a good seal going on there. Alright, so that's pretty much all of it right there. Then we got to put the can on it. Let me get these gloves off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the can back on. So I believe there's something like this. So there's the inside. I thought I cleaned it pretty well. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like a rust in there. Something is rusting down there. So that kind of sucks. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, there's like a rust down there. I guess maybe some water collected down there or something. It's okay. It's just a cover, dude. Okay, and I just have to line up the holes for this. Okay. Okay. It's kind of annoying I'm wondering how it's going to be cleaning the filter when I have to actually clean the filter on the car. I just have to take the whole thing off. But fortunately, you don't have to clean these air filters. It's like every like 10,000 miles or something. Every time you do a couple oil changes. I wonder if you can use Allen head screws. Okay. Alright. All back together. There it is. Alright, let's go install it in the car. Okay, let's go ahead and install this. Hopefully everything is kind of out of the way. Let's get this out of the way first. There's a little bracket under there. I want to get it underneath all that stuff. This thing still gets in the way. I kind of want to cut that off. Put this back. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to have to take the whole thing out whenever we want to clean it. Kind of sucks. Looks pretty good. We're able to put this little fuse thingy back where it kind of goes, so that's good. I have to. There was a metal clamp that held that in there. Maybe I can put that back. Just make sure this little rubber mat is holding the airbox up. It's going to flop around a little bit. You can see it, it's going to flop around all over the place. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to get my clamps. What we could do is probably zip tie that over there or something. I don't know, to keep it from flopping around a lot. I'm just going to move it. I'm going to leave it in a little bit. Okay? Alright. So I think that's kind of how I want it. I'm going to go tighten this up. Okay, that's a little bit better of an angle. I'm going to tighten this. Okay, that looks good. That's kind of like, I kind of don't like it. It's like in there a whole lot. Like, yeah, literally the pipe is almost touching where the MAF is, but that's okay. It should be fine. It can, if it's in there a little more, it fits a little better. So, all right, we're gonna go with that. And yeah, that's it. It's in there. I think these are tight. Alright, yep, yeah, it's in there. So all we got to do is put the new the vent hose. We're gonna put a new catch. We're gonna make a new hose with the new catch can, but that'll be another part of the video. Is what I want to say. I couldn't get the new filter today, so I was like, I don't want to do it. So there you go. It's in there now. All we got to do is connect this. But before we do that, let's go get some. Actually, that looks really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go get some silicone dielectric grease. Okay, so I got some dielectric grease here. We're gonna go put some on the connector here. So that's a good kind of. It's nice and insulated. Okay. Plug that into there. Okay, let's do this one too. This one should be okay. There we go. Let's put a little bit more on this. There.
I think that turned out pretty damn well. Yeah, give it just a minute. I'm wondering if I should route it here or here. I'm not sure. I think right here is okay. Just like that. It's fine. All right, there we go. It's in there. It's installed, so it's ready to go. Goop off of here. All right, all nice and clean. Good to go. All right, so in the next part of the video, we'll install a new catch can, and then that'll be it.